Hello, welcome to my channel, Life by Shauna. If you haven't subscribed, do it. Today I'm super excited. I am going to be talking about the kitchen remodel project that we've been working on for the last several months. I have been taking videos along the way, and with the help of one of my kids, I'm going to see about splicing them together to make one giant long video. So, sorry about the length. If you want to skip ahead, feel free. I'm going to tell you a few things that are in the video so you know kind of what to look for. I've got kind of a funny story in a segment when I'm wearing glasses. I've got a super awesome God providing story that got me exactly what I wanted and for cheaper. It's just an awesome story. That is in a video that I'm wearing a hat. And so, and then at the end, for anyone who lives in this area, which I think it's helpful if I want to do a project, I like to work off referrals. I have a business that I'm referred, a lot of people refer people to me. And I trust my friends' opinions, and if they had a good experience, then I'm more likely to use them. So I'm going to have referrals at the end of people that did excellent work, very professional. Several of them were able to fit me in sooner than they expected, and reasonable rates. So I'm going to be giving information on those people, as well as some of the design people that I use for help, to give me tips along the way. So, and hey, I'm coming and actually doing a video in something other than massage clothes. Wow, and with makeup on. As you see in this video, the video progression, you'll hear, like in the funny video where I'm wearing my glasses, stuff happens, and sometimes I don't remember to make a video until like the morning of the people coming into work, and I'm like, shoot, I need to video like what's been going on. And it seems like those mornings are the mornings I'm going into work. And so anyways, so that's kind of the lineup of the video. I'm very sad to say that my first video, I mean, I can't even believe that I didn't take a before video. Like, I know, like, what was I thinking? I'll tell you what I was thinking. My daughter was getting married. My second daughter was getting married. The people who were going to knock out a wall between our kitchen and our living room, they were finishing up a project. They're like, we are booked out for a long time, but because I guess like our project wasn't like a full house remodel, he's like, I'm gonna try my best to fit you in between we start on a huge remodel, which would push you out really far. And he's like, I don't know when that'll be. I'll just have to call you. I'm like, okay. Wouldn't you know, their available time was the week of my daughter's wedding. So there was a lot on my mind. We were going to be having my other kids come in and be sleeping here, and all the wedding stuff. And so, you know, it was a busy time. So I didn't get a before video, but what I did get, you're going to see a couple super short videos, like maybe 30 seconds long, of my husband and my son knocking out a wall. So we took out a wall. Of course, we hired that to be done because it is a load-bearing wall. And the people who came in did it so good. But we were able to do a little pre-work, you know. So I wanted to include it because then it'll give you an idea of what the floor looked like. Because let me tell you, the floor was something special. It was like a green 80s floor. You know, I don't care what other people's houses look like. Like, it makes no relevance to me. When I first met my husband, and he has a beautiful house. Like, I love it. It's not a cookie cutter house, which I don't like ordinary or cookie cutter. And so I liked his house. Now his kitchen was updated, but like, I don't care, you know, some of my best friends, one of my best friends lives in a trailer, you know, one's been working on an old farmhouse for a long time. That stuff has no relevance to me, but once I was married and it was gonna be my house, I'm like, what if we did a little kitchen remodel? So that's what we've been working on. I'm also gonna give prices at the end because I know for me that's so helpful. Like if I'm about to do something, you know, unless you're in the business, it's hard to know like, well, how much is this gonna cost? Like, can I afford this? Do I need to go more or less on this? You know, all of those questions. So I'm gonna make a separate video, post it at the end, and that way, if you're not interested in that type of stuff, you can just not watch it, or not watch most of it, or watch all of it. It's whatever you want to do. So, anyways, I'm trying to think if there is anything else I was gonna say. So I'm going to, right now, because for some reason I can't flip it while I'm in the video, I'm going to show you guys around, show you what I did, the new hardwood floors, and then you'll get to see the progress and see all the stuff at the end. So I hope to see you at the end of the video. All right, here it is, the kitchen remodel. If you notice, the floors. So what we were going to do before with the tile, and then, you know, I tell all that story later, we were able to do hardwood floors. The guy, oh, my shoes. The match is pretty close. They did a really good job. They just made this little piece right here as a transition piece because this has a 30-year-old varnish on it, you know. It's colored, so they just put a light stain on this to try and get it as close as they could. And we are very happy with it. So the wall used to be right here. There used to be a super tiny pantry, one of those little kitchen desks that no one uses anyways. And then we didn't have this bad boy of an island. We had a super tiny island. Again, I'm sorry, I don't have before. I had a super tiny island that was right here, and our table was right here. Like your typical eat-in kitchen that they used to make all alike. So we were able, with tearing out this wall, we were able to move the table right here, put in this beautiful big island. I'm so happy about it. Okay, this is the only thing that's not finished. This dishwasher needs to be lifted. Just don't look. So you see the cabinets, the backsplash is done. I've got this beautiful quartz, that's exactly the kind that I wanted. And so I'm really happy with it. We have this right here. So I still have to find I'm going to get a really long runner for right here, like an old vintage on a Persian runner or something. I have a friend looking for me, but I'm picky, so she's been looking for a while. So, oh look, my massage sheets, they're like in every video that I do. So really happy about this. Let me show you point out a couple things. Can I just point out my vintage coffee grinder? Isn't that cute? Okay, let me show you one thing that I love, and I'm so glad we decided to do. Watch this, y'all. Under cabinet lighting. Oh, but look. Whoops, here. I pushed it twice. 1, 2, 3. So it gets brighter, so if I'm working in the area, I have it bright. If I just want to have it like for some ambiance at night, just to kind of light up the kitchen a little bit, that's what I do. Isn't it great? I love it. So that's the kitchen. So tell me what you think. I'm super excited about it. As you can tell, the last one that I had the island in, we hadn't put the oil rub, and so that darkened it up a lot, which I like a ton better. And so there we go. One quick note about this wall that I thought was interesting. As you can tell as I walk through here, this wall, you know, connects to everything. So the color, you can't tell as much in the light, but the color of these walls are kind of like a light gray. My friend Sharon Taylor, who gave me some design help to just talk to me about little things that I wasn't wasn't sure about, is we were going to paint this whole wall the same color as the living room because, you know, like it's in the living room. She actually suggested to make it the same color as all the kitchen stuff. So it's that dove white that I have. Sorry, the lights kind of makes it hard. The dove white that I have up there and on the cabinets. And that way, she said it actually helped transition and make the kitchen look even more open and more, you know, part of the rest of the house. So, so that was another thing I wanted to point out. That is all. You guys will get to see the boys working on making some holes in the walls in just a minute. Sorry, but it's like. Okay, if you can tell here, this was the first part of our remodel. We had a big wall right here. We had a little doorway right here that went into the kitchen. The table was under that light on the left, and the island was faced the other direction towards the table. And we knocked this wall out, hired someone to knock it out, and they did a really great job. It looks really good, so much more open, and the style that I like to operate in the home, where everything's open and I can be in the kitchen and we're just all together. Today, these cabinets are gonna be, they're starting their remodeling process. So today, these outdated cabinets are gonna be, the doors are gonna be taken in. They are going to go through some 7-step process, I guess. We're going to get hidden hinges for the cabinet doors. At the top, we're going to paint the top here a color called Dove White. It's from Benjamin Moore. My friend Sharon Taylor, excuse me, who does a bunch of remodeling and interior design and all that, recommended it. It's her favorite white color. She does lots of houses in Roundtree. If you can tell, this the lighting's super bad in here, but this is the white. It's not super stark. I've used it in the farmhouse I lived in before. My daughter used it in her house. I still have to paint, but that was like part of doing this wall right here. We're doing both the walls and the upper cabinets in that Dove White. My sheets for massage I'm about to do. This is going to be the floor tile. Of course, we would have loved to have just had a continuous wood floor all the way through, but that means we would have had to refinish the entire wood floor, and it's just been too much. So we're doing this tile. This color right here is the color we're going to do the base of the cabinet. So the island and the base. You can tell on here. I've heard that you don't want to go super, super dark, like a real black, if they're going to be on the base, because it will just look even blacker because, you know, they don't get as much light. So this is kind of, I feel like a little bit of a softer black, but still will coordinate with the tile. So super excited about that. I will keep you guys updated and show you the process along the way. Hello, second part of the video. Okay, so as you can see in the background, my kitchen's a mess. Actually, I can probably turn it around like this. So we're getting the cabinets painted right now. You see a bunch of stuff all over our things. More about that in a moment. So I feel like today's episode of Conyour's Kitchen Remodel could almost be like from today's happenings, like a reality TV show. Like, it's humorous. It's a little like we're learning stuff as we go. So, you know, I don't watch a lot of TV because my thought process on it is I would rather live an exciting life than watch someone else's. Saying that, there are some times that we're tired and we don't want to go out, we don't want to really do much of anything, and sometimes we will watch this show called Clarkson's Farm. It's about his reality TV show about a older British guy who has like a crazy amount of land and has never farmed because someone in the village has always farmed it, and the reality TV show is him learning how to farm hundreds of acres. Just, you know, boom. Well, I feel that right now a little bit, and I'm not even the one doing some of this remodeling, but you know, there's always some funny stories that happen. So this morning, let's see, last week we hired some guys to do our cabinets. We looked at doing it ourselves, and since TJ has a full-time job, and I really do too with my job and homeschooling and just all the stuff, and having your kitchen out of sorts for very long is not conducive to good family life, we decided to hire that done. So, and we wanted it done really well because, you know, if anyone's cabinets are going to chip because they use it a lot, it will be mine because I use my kitchen. So last week they took the doors off the cabinets, and so we didn't know if they were even coming today. We thought, well, maybe they're working on the doors at the place, but you know, I had gotten out of the sauna this morning dripping sweat, and I see the older gentleman working on the cabinets pulling up to the house. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to take a quick shower. So I get in, having my 3 minutes of Calgon take me away, and my son is knocking at the door. Mom, the guy is here to work on the cabinets. I'm like, I know, I'm trying to hurry, give me 2 minutes. And he's like, he wanted all the stuff taken out of the cabinets. Okay, I realize that this may seem like the basics, like duh, to some people, especially when you've done remodeling, but for someone who hasn't, I don't know what I expected. I kind of expected them to like come and just kind of like do some sand, paint. I didn't know I had to get everything out. So, I mean, I'm not a stupid girl or ignorant. I mean, I'm ignorant. I'm not stupid. I was valedictorian in school. The amount of kids that were in the class is not important. 15. But saying that, I know with me teaching my own children that there's like levels. You know, you can't teach algebra until you teach addition and subtraction. And I just did not realize I had to have all this stuff out. So I had enough time in my day to, you know, get out of the shower, get ready, and take my daughter to her orthodontist appointment. So, but then here I'm hit with everything needs to be taken out. So me and the two kids, like, we had dishes because we didn't know someone was coming. We were going to do them in the morning. Normally not what we do, but what we did last night, of course. So we're like zooming into the kitchen, taking everything out. It's like all over the formal dining room, all over our table. Can you tell? Okay, can you tell right there? That's our island. We got most of it done, but not all of it. So the guy put the rest on the island and the kitchen table. So now they are covered with plastic. So, you know, we're just pretty much out of a kitchen. So I just did not expect it to go like this. I just didn't know. So the meals that I had planned for this week are not happening. I have to come up with a new plan. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, I got my glasses on still because I was in such a hurry this morning. Didn't have time to put my contacts in or anything. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're excited. It's gonna look good. I'll give you an update later. Hey, good morning to everyone. I'm just doing a quick update on our kitchen remodel. As you can see, we've got cabinets that are being painted. The bottom ones are kind of a soft black color. We made some changes. Instead of the tile that we were planning on before, we're actually going to go with hardwood. We already have hardwood in the living room that we knocked the wall out from. We actually liked the idea of hardwood from the beginning, but we were told that we were going to have to refinish the rest of the floor for it to match. And some good friends of TJ's called and was like, you know, we know a guy who can probably do a pretty good job of matching. So he came out and gave us a bid, and we're going to go with that. The cost is, oh, hold on. Okay. The cost is going to be a little more on the wood floors than the tile, just because we had planned to use my son to help install some of the tile, but I found an awesome deal on countertops. So if anyone is looking to do countertops and you're in this area, go to Creative Associates. I found, I was gonna say a hell of a deal. I found a hell of a deal there. And instead of going with the base level quartz that looked like might be the best for what we're doing right now, that was going to take a lot longer to install. We are paying a fraction of the price, getting the expensive quartz that I wanted in the first place, and it's being installed in 2.5 weeks. Hey friends, so I'm just checking in here to give a quick little update. You can tell that my cabinets are now painted. I'm super excited. Don't look at the dirty dishes. So what's happening next is TJ is going to add in the hardware this weekend, and then we're also going to paint right here. It's going to be the same color of the cabinet, so it's White Dove by Benjamin Moore. And so we're going to paint all the walls that the floor is going in at the end of the month, and by the time I'm about to go visit my daughter Hosanna, and by the time I get back, I'm gonna have a new island right in the middle of the kitchen. So I will update you guys later. Hello, part 3. All right, so we have had a lot of great progress in the kitchen. The cabinet guys came, they did their business and got out of here. They did a great job. There's still a few things that they have to do with trim that won't be able to happen until after the floors are done, which will be being done in a couple weeks. I can't wait to show you guys. I'm going to take you guys around in a minute, but it's hard to do it like with the camera, so I'm just going to flip it around. Anyways, we went a different direction with a couple of the ideas. We're doing a different direction with the floors, which I will talk about once we get the floors, and I'll make a last video on that. And then the countertops, we stayed with the same plan, but I can't wait to tell you the God story in all of this with the countertops even. So let's see, with the cabinet guys coming, and it was like when they said they could come, like it was going to be a month earlier, so all of a sudden we had to make all these decisions. So for a couple weeks I was every day, like, seemed like I was going to places, getting samples, bringing it back, blah blah blah. And the countertops, we had checked out at Lowe's first, just because it was a weekend and they were the only place that was open, and they were going to be, let's see, at the time the cheapest one was $56 a square foot. And, of course, I like the kind that was $95 a square foot, but we're like, okay, let's be realistic. Like, it's still quartz, and this isn't our forever home. When we talked to the lady, she said that the quartz has gone up 4 times this year, and that the hold time, like before we could even get them installed, would be 3.5 months. So we're talking mid-December. Now picture this, I've had the cabinet guys here, and by the time we heard this information, the cabinet guys knew we were replacing the countertop. So our countertops were trashed with like dried paint everywhere. The trim had been taken off, so like the cheap whatever stuff was just sticking out like in a thin line. It was just really junky. And the thought of going 3.5 months, it's like I could do it, you know, of course, but yeah, I could, you know. So I got some referrals from some other people, like try this place out, try this place out. So I went to those places. For the same $56 a square foot, it was going to be $72, but they could get it in 4.5 weeks. So it's like, okay, what kind of price difference are we taking for convenience, and a lot of other different factors involved. Well, I happened to call my daughter Hosanna when I was going around shopping, and I'm telling her, yeah, I went to Lowe's, blah, 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 because her and her husband just did a bunch of remodeling in their kitchen, their whole house, in the last 2 years. She was like, oh, well, when I checked, Lowe's was really expensive. I'm like, darling, that's the cheapest place here that I found. And she's like, don't you guys have it? You know, she's in Arlington, which is, I've heard it referred to as a cellular mitosis between Dallas and Fort Worth. Isn't that a great way to put it? I love that term. Anyways, that way to describe it. Anyways, she was like, don't you guys have a place in town that might do like some prefab stuff or already cut stuff or something like that? And I was like, she's like, maybe you don't, because like we're a bigger area, so we have more stuff that might be available. I'm like, oh my gosh, we do. I totally forgot about a place. If you're in the Springfield area, a place called Creative Associates, must check out if you're doing remodeling and stuff. This place, I had went there back with my previous family home. I had got like hardware there. I got all sorts of stuff that was a lot cheaper. And I actually went there back in the winter when we first decided to do a kitchen remodel. But it's like, picture it's like warehouses, like several warehouses that are dimly lit, and you know, there's one person that's there to help, but it's just like, how does this stuff work? You know, like I see granite and quartz slabs, but who's installs them, and how much is it, and what's the process like? So I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. And here I am needing to make a decision on all this in like a couple days. And so I was gonna go way out to this place in Republic that was maybe supposed to be a little cheaper or whatever and get it quicker. I'm like, make a turnaround, go in to this Creative Associates place. I get there, no, go away. I get there, and the guy who does the installation, I come into their like showroom, and the guy's like, I'm like, how does this work? I need quartz. I'm making decisions right now. How does this work? He's like, it's in warehouse 3. If you go there right now, the guy who installs it is there. So I was able to go there. The guy walked me around, told me the process. Guys, I got the expensive quartz that I wanted, the kind that was like $95, $105 at some of the other places, and I got it for way cheaper than the Lowe's cheapest price. So I was ecstatic. They had, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. The guy was there, was like, so if you're in the area and you're doing it, check out Creative Associates. Also, I got my hardware there for less than half of the same stuff I wanted at Lowe's. So really good buy, saving some money. So yeah, he was basically like, and here's another thing. I wanted an undermount sink. So I got a stainless steel sink there, a ton cheaper than normal, like $100. And I want it undermount, which of course, like if you get a normal place, they charge an upcharge of like $300 a lot of times because they have to finish those edges. This place, this guy does the installation? No, like by the time it's all said and done, we saved a couple $1,000s. Really awesome, which means we got to do a different direction on our floors, which is going to make everything so much better. So I will show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so realize there's still a lot to be done. Not a whole lot. Obviously the light fixtures need to be changed to the proper place. We got the butcher block countertop, which I also got at Creative Associates. Now we still need to do a little bit of sanding, and we're going to do oil rub on this. Over here, you will see, look at the quartz I got. Is that not beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love it. We still got to put some hardware on the bottom ones. Here we go, our cabinet. So if you guys remember from before, it was that oak color. And so now it looks all fresh. Our dishwasher still has to be reattached properly. Changed the faucet, undermount sink. Is this not beautiful? Oh my gosh, I'm in love. So here is my huge island. So I don't think I shared this with the other one. We had an island that was much shorter than this. It was like maybe half the size, because this island used to face the other direction because there used to be a wall right there. Excuse my massage sheets. Anyways, so cool thing about the island is this, we needed it bigger. We were going to have it, just had to have it built, but TJ's brother-in-law does cabinetry work, and he's like, it was going to be quite a bit expensive to do it, even with him doing it because of the cost of wood. Well, amazingly enough, these cabinets were in the garage as storage cabinets. They're the same cabinets as all the kitchen cabinets, except the doors are a little bigger. They used to be in this loft. Oh, you can't see because in that loft area up there, it looks messy, but it really isn't. And when he had moved in, he took them out. They were in the garage. So we just had to do a few like reconfiguring. And look, I got this nice long island, and I'm going to have so much room. I mean, this now, all with everything being open, just screams like, everyone come in the kitchen, let's have a party. So I'm super excited. It looks so fresh and clean. Okay, we're back, and you made it to the end of the video. Congrats. Okay, so here's all the details about the kitchen remodel and references in case you need any, or referrals. I first contacted Sharon Taylor with Pickwick Designs, or Pickwick, whatever it is. She just gave me a consultation. So I didn't hire her to do like contracting stuff out and the whole design work, but I did have different questions. So for instance, at the beginning, like she told me to paint that wall white. I would have never thought of that. She told me to paint these doors the same color as the bottom parts of my cabinets. I hadn't thought of that. I hadn't thought of that. She just had like little nuances of things to say, which were really helpful to me. Also, TJ's friends, John and Audrey Gerard, they own Grooms, but I know that Audrey does lots of interior design work. They've remodeled houses. Both John and Audrey have done that. And when we were debating, or we were talking about doing the tile, and John called TJ, and he was like, if this is your forever home, go with it. Like, if you're going to be here a long time, go with it. But if you're thinking about reselling anytime in the near future, you might want to get something a little more neutral. And he suggested that he's the one that told us that we could do the hardwood floors, because that's actually what I was pinning on my Pinterest stuff, was hardwood floors, that with the stuff I like, but we were told that we'd have to refinish the whole thing, and we didn't. So, so yay on that, because I got the floors I wanted. The people who knocked out the wall, who did my backsplash, who, retextured the ceiling in my kitchen and all of that, painted that super tall wall and all that. It was a guy named Aaron Bingham with Bingham Construction. Aaron, spelled Aaron. Aaron. Anyways, he did that. His team was great. They did a awesome job. Let's see, the guys who did the cabinet work, I got a couple different bids. I was very impressed by their whole 7-step process, and I got the trim package, and I got the hidden hinges, and even with all that, it was actually a little cheaper than another bid that I got who didn't have hidden hinges include, like, with that price and the trim package and all that. So very happy about them. His name also was Aaron. I have so many Aarons in my phone for this. Spelled the same way, with Kitchen Concepts. His dad actually came in and did all the painting. He's an older guy, really fun. Like, I was able to do my homeschooling in here, and great to work with. Felt very comfortable having him in the house. Let's see. They also did the under cabinet lighting that's like dimmable, which was really nice. I got my countertops and the hardware at Creative Associates. I said that earlier in one of my things. The guy, Chris Slater, who they used to install it, did that. He did a great job. Also installed the butcher block. That's where I got the butcher block too. So I'm pretty sure that's all the people I used. So price breakdown, because that's always helpful, especially if you are thinking about doing this yourself. I know for the money that we invested into this kitchen, we will get every penny out and then some. Before, it was very closed in. Boy, that floor was real pretty, and you know, just the oak look of that's just kind of out right now. And we just opened everything up. So the total, drum roll please. I'm thinking it was. Well, we'll just see, because there was like the little stuff. You know, I don't remember all the little stuff, but to get the wall knocked out and the other wall painted and all of the stuff that they did, it was around $4,200. The flooring was around the same price. I don't know exactly, but I think it was around $4,000, $42, $43, something like that. The cabinets, to do that, with all the hidden hinges and all of that stuff, somewhere around 36 maybe. And then the under cabinet lighting, highly recommend, 550 for that. When the guy came back and did the backsplash, which you need to put the under cabinet lighting in first if you're going to do that before the backsplash. So the last thing that was done, he did the backsplash and moved, since he did my ceiling before, he moved my light fixtures to where they needed to go. Oh gosh, how much was that? I don't know, maybe around 700. I don't know. And we had to buy the materials for the backsplash. And then let's see, countertops. So excited about that. The countertops, you know, it was so much cheaper because it came I guess it's called prefab or something, because they came in slabs. For my kitchen, they come in 9-foot slabs. My kitchen, I needed 2 because it was, you know, it's like an L or whatever, like the cabinets, you know. So for each one, I needed 2 9-foot slabs, $600 a piece. For my big island butcher block, it comes in an 8-foot piece, $345. The guy who came in to install it charged me to put in the countertops with the undermount sink, where, you know, because that's extra finishing, because you can't just put a sink over the raw, you know, it's all finished out, and put the butcher block in, you know, cut it and mount it and all that stuff, $700. So saved a ton of money there. I'm super happy about that. You know, TJ painted the walls and painted the doors and put in the hardware ourselves. So we got the hardware at Creative Associates as well. I'm trying to think. I think that was about it. So floor 4, 8, let's see, 4, 8, 12. Oh, there was something else, 4, 8, 12. I think when I tried to do the math before, like trying to add everything up, it might come up around $1,600 for a whole kitchen remodel. We're very happy with it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed seeing the progress, seeing, hearing all about the stuff. I hope you enjoyed the funny stories and love the God stories. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.